Hey there guys, Noah here, and welcome back to another channel update. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. Not that many of you probably were aware I did one back in April, but oh well, who cares? We broke 200 subs, and honestly, I can't thank you guys enough for that. Like, the support I've been given lately, especially when it comes to my Vanguard Zero and Deer Days content, like, actually kind of crazy. And I plan to continue to do more of that, because obviously, you guys actually tune in for that more than anything else at the moment, so I'll be making more videos as, like, the weeks go on, especially Deer Days, because I do plan to do a stream for Deer Days. Now, I keep hearing conflicting, or rather, I keep seeing conflicting dates. I keep seeing that it's going to release on the 16th, and then other times it's going to release on the 17th. I would like some confirmation in the comments section of this video specifically, because I live in the US, and I'm aware in certain regions in the world, it releases on the 17th, but for some odd reason, it comes up on the 16th instead, depending on where you look. So I would just like some further confirmation on that. Regardless, I plan to stream it. If it's going to be releasing the Tuesday night going into the Wednesday, and then it releases on Wednesday, I plan to do 2 streams for it. If it's the Wednesday into the Thursday, however, I only plan to do it the one and done kind of thing. I'm just going to sit through the game all night, binge it, not care about anything that goes on, and get it done. So, that's where I'm at now. Of course, there's a lot of things that could happen in between all that, but this is simply because of Scarlet and Violet, which I still am just baffled that Bushy would have, 1, released this game for $70, and 2, that it would release a couple days before Scarlet and Violet. Like, you're almost asking for the game not to actually, you know, do well, but who knows, maybe it actually still will do somewhat decently well. Like, I imagine a lot of the people who actually play standard format will actually sit down and play it, but me personally, I'm gonna do it anyway just for the content. Even though it's $70, and even though I could very easily get it elsewhere for way cheaper, I am opting not to because of the DLC. Because then I have to basically make a separate account just to play the game. No. Like, at that point, I'd rather pay the full $70 and never have to worry about that. You know, that's just me personally. If there's some workaround, I'll probably let you guys know on the community tab. But outside of that, no. That being said, though, that is honestly another major thing. Thanks to the recent rollout of the community tab amongst smaller channels, we do have a community tab. So on top of me being able to let you guys know on what's going on Facebook and Twitter, I will be able to post up constantly whenever I feel like it's necessary on the community tab. And that's going to be really good to keep you guys up to date on any potential projects going forward, among many other things that goes on. So if something happens with the Deer Day stream or whatever the case may be, I will probably be able to post it on there as well. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I don't have a actual Facebook page, but you can probably find me on Vanguardian somewhere, or even Florida State Vanguard, assuming you're actually a part of that group. So that being said, when it comes to the actual kinds of content I'm going to be able to do on this channel, it is going to be dicey for the next couple months. Pretty much from December into January into February, possibly. I'm going to be in the process of slowly moving up and getting adjusted. For context, I live in Florida, and I'm going to be moving to New Jersey. So, I've done this trip before, back in April, right immediately after I did the channel update a while back in April. And the trip wasn't difficult, but depending on how things play out with the snow, among a few other things, because it's going to be December when I'm moving. Yeah, it's really just going to depend on that. And you guys will I will be constantly updating you guys, letting you know how things play out. That being said, though, I'm definitely planning to do a lot of just experimental content still. Even despite the fact that Vanguard Zero and possibly Deer Days will probably get me a crap ton of other views, because truth be told, I want to at least have a consistent flow of videos ready to go for you guys. And as a result, I probably will not be doing any discussion-based videos until December. Because, one, I need time to actually make some of this crap. Like, I don't know if you can tell based off of what I actually do as a terms of content, whether or not I'm actually able to actually sit there and, sit there and edit. Especially since I'm going to be working a bit more than usual just to save up enough money to, like, make the move reasonable and not painful on me. It's definitely going to be rough getting retransitioned into a different, like, environment. So I would appreciate your patience throughout this, and I will keep you guys updated on everything as things go on. So, I also want to take the time to thank everyone who's been very active on my channel over the last several months. From people who I've talked to about it at my locals, to people at Kingslayer who's been very supportive of me, especially Richard Garcia. I know he in particular watches some of my content here and there, and it actually, like, just knowing that I've got a lot of good friends, like, helping me and supporting me through all of this, it really does mean a lot, and I appreciate it. And just from anybody who actually views my content, watches it, leaves a comment, or even subs to my channel, you guys really help make a difference. And especially since I never had this kind of feedback when I started doing YouTube over 10 years ago, initially on my gaming channel. And back then, I used to do all sorts of Pokemon content, and because of the way how YouTube was back in the day, I couldn't gauge to see if people were really interested in it, or what they'd be more interested in to actually, make the channel overall, not just my channel, but everyone else's channel too. So, I hope that makes sense. If not, I apologize, but that's probably the best way I can actually describe it at the moment. And the other major thing I want to do and talk about is the amount of tournaments I've been to and how many people have actually probably subbed or at least recognized me some way or another from there. I was initially supposed to make a BCS Deluge video as well as a Chaos Breaker deck profile. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm at a point where that's completely scrapped. It's been scrapped for well over 2 months at this point, and I apologize. I remember quite a few people recognizing me from my voice and from that tournament, and I'm sorry, I don't remember you guys exactly, so I apologize. Just, please spare me. It's just a lot of things came up throughout September and October, and I never found a good chance to actually sit down and actually, make the videos. So eventually I intend to release a video on a new version of Chaos I've been working on alongside with Crow, but it's going to be kind of slow because I'm still playtesting it, and when I do finally figure out what's the best way to actually make it work, I will eventually release that video, probably by the end of the year, hopefully. If not, probably sometime later next year. I just want to make that clear. And another thing that I speaking of BCS, is I mentioned it in the Kingslayer video, but I intend to go to BCS Manhattan at the end of the year. Coincidentally, immediately after I move up from Florida to New Jersey, so that is also another major reason why over the next, couple months, immediately after November, it's going to be a slippery slope, because not only do I have to worry about the move, I also have to worry about BCS Manhattan, which I'm going to be practicing for like crazy after I get the Deer Day stuff figured out, as well as the Pokemon stuff figured out too, because that entire weekend, it's going to be between both of those games, I'm going to be booked. So I'm not going to have enough time to actually sit there and playtest any of my stuff that I want to take for BCS. But regardless, I'm going to be there at BCS Manhattan alongside my girlfriend, Mara Karneko. So I'll post up something or give you guys a clear indication later on as the event actually gets going. Just in case anybody recognizes me for some reason, but doesn't recognize, my voice for some odd reason.
Is he speaking English? He's speaking English, right?
So yeah, that is definitely on the agenda. I will keep you guys informed of that as time goes on, but definitely BCS is going to be a thing. Some of the members from Kingslayer are also probably going to be there as well, from what I was talking with Richard about. And so I'll probably be meeting up with him over there. So, if you recognize my voice throughout the tournament or whatever reason you just happen to run into me, don't be afraid to say hi. I'll be more than happy to like just hang out and talk with you for a moment or do whatever at that point. Because honestly, I had quite a few people recognize me at BCS de Louvre, despite the fact that I wasn't very popular. I still ain't. Lastly, now with all that out of the way, I want to talk about one other stream I'm doing immediately after Deer Days. So, I mentioned to you that I'm very big into Pokemon, and as a result, Scarlet and Violet's coming out immediately after Deer Days, and I will be doing the stream for it over on my Noah Plays Games channel, which is my gaming channel, in case you couldn't tell. So, the reason why I'm doing it like this and not having it also uploaded on DRAGNOA is simply because of the fact that I like to keep my gaming and my Vanguard content completely separate from each other. It also helps that I do already have a small following on that other channel, specifically from the people who I've interacted with on countless other like Discord servers over the last couple of years, and even beyond that as well. So it's just nice because then it shows those people like, hey, I'm still alive, I'm still doing stuff, you know. Whether or not they actually tune in, that's a whole nother story, but I like to keep my gaming content separate from my Vanguard content, and I just hope you understand that. And whenever I go live on that other channel, I'll probably leave a post in the community tab for you to go and follow if you're interested, and I'll probably, you know, also like let you guys know on Twitter as well. Probably not on Facebook because I don't have like an official Facebook page like up there yet, and I probably won't have one for a while, despite the fact that I upload quite a bit, and I also like repost like links to my actual videos on Vanguardians as well as other places like the Florida State Card Fight group and whatnot. So just keep that in mind. Like, I won't be like, you just check Twitter. That's really the big thing. Either that or the community tab on DRAGNOA. Like, whichever one comes first to you. So to fully recap, thanks for the support. Deer Days and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet streams coming out soon when those games drop. I will also be doing BCS Manhattan. I'll be going to BCS Manhattan. And, yeah, again, thank you so much for the support. Thank you to all my subscribers, old and new. And I look forward to whatever comes up going forward for the remainder of this year as well as 2023. Until next time, this is Noah, and I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.